Does anybody know what's going on? Is this as a result of insecurity, or do they have some intel that other Nigerians do not have access to? And yeah, they basically closed down their operations, and the U.S. Department of State, uh, you know, put out a warning about the Americans visiting Nigeria to be careful, and if possible, don't visit at all.
I don't know what to make of it. It could have been as a result of the what has been happening for a while now. Just Benue State. Another attack yesterday. I think at Maduguri. It's been one attack. From one attack to the other. Maybe they are just exercising caution. Maybe they have some kind of intelligence that we are not privy to, that Nigerians are not privy to. But regardless, it looks like a lot of Nigerians do not really miss the embassy. There has been a lot of cases of, just taking money from people and not issuing them visa. In fact, a lot of Nigerians are saying that they should close all their embassies in Nigeria. All I can say is that people should just be at an alert, be aware of your surrounding, know where know where you go at all point. Make sure the way, you have a way to leave a particular place wherever you are. Always pay attention to exit anywhere you enter.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Y&E podcast. Thank you for joining us. And if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, share, and engage with us in the comment section. There's a news on the internet about the U.S. Embassy in Abuja are closing down their visa application operations and relocating their operations to Lagos. Does anybody know what's going on? Is this as a result of insecurity, or do they have some intel that other Nigerians do not have access to? Are they getting intel that the insurgency is going to continue, or are they getting intel that the U.S. is about to do some bombings in Nigeria? What do you think?
When I saw that headline, I tried to go check the embassy webpage, and there is not a lot of information out there. They did not really put the reason why. They just issued the travel advisory to their staff. Honestly, I don't know what to make of it. It could have been as a result of what has been happening for a while now. Just Benue State. Another attack yesterday, I think at Maduguri. It's been one attack, from one attack to the other. Maybe they are just exercising caution. Maybe they have some kind of intelligence that we are not privy to, that Nigerians are not privy to. But regardless, it looks like a lot of Nigerians do not really miss the embassy. There has been a lot of cases of just taking money from people and not issuing them visa. In fact, a lot of Nigerians are saying that they should close all their embassies in Nigeria. I'm not sure that is going to happen with this administration, even with the future administration. All I can say is that people should just be at an alert, be aware of your surrounding, know where you go at all point. Make sure you know the way to leave a particular place wherever you are. Always pay attention to exit anywhere you enter. So for them to issue that kind of travel advisory and then trying to relocate their workforce from Abuja to Lagos, I'm not trying to preempt them, but perhaps they have something that we're not privy to.
Yes, you're definitely correct. And it looks like also put out a statement saying that there are 23 states that people should not be visiting. And basically, they're basically telling people, hey, be careful out there. And it's sad. And if you look online, there are so many videos, a couple of videos of gunfire in Abuja environs that people posted. And maybe that's one of the reasons. And they're saying that the capital city of a country is basically unsafe. It's just like, Abuja is basically like a Washington, D.C. to the people in the U.S. It's the seat of power in the country. There's so much violence, and there's so much um, issues in the city itself. Capital city of a country should be a place of abode. Wherever you are in a country should be a place of abode. You should be guaranteed security. You should be guaranteed security of your properties and even the lives of the people around you. But in Nigeria, it's totally not something you would respect. Capital city should be a place where it's safe. The location of the seat of power, the senators are there, the Congress members are there, the president is there as well. So it's so sad that nowhere is safe now. Maybe Lagos, some part of Nigeria is still a little bit safer than the rest. But it's just so unfortunate that when you leave insecurity, when you are supposed to act in a timely manner and you don't act and you let all these insurgencies, you know, fest up, it's gonna be a chaos. When something you should have addressed didn't get addressed in time, and now you're gonna have to spend a lot more resource to basically quench any threat that is coming out there. The president should be speaking up. The FCT minister should be speaking up as well. Is this a statement that the U.S. embassy in Abuja put out? Should it be a concern for every Nigerian out there? It's sad that this is happening and no one is truly speaking about it. We haven't seen the FCT minister speak on it. We haven't seen his media aides speak on it. They should always be out there uh, putting people's mind at ease. Or maybe they are no longer in the city, or maybe they've jetted out of the country. And, they've left Nigerian people to the chaos that they've put them in. But to be honest, I really believe that our leaders need to do better. They really need to do better and start paying attention to the lives and the properties of the people.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. The first and the primary responsibility of any responsible government is to protect lives and properties. To be quite frank with you, leading up to 2015 election, there were a lot of incidents in that Abuja, a lot of insecurities. First started leading up to that 2015 election. In fact, they were bombing. In fact, they bombed the United Nations building in Abuja leading up to 2015 election. So what I'm trying to say that the insecurity in Abuja is not relatively new. It's been around. So and let us not also forget that this is almost election. Well, election is next year, but this is leading up to election. Anytime we are heading to the polls, the frequency of the insecurity, rises. Let us also not try to ignore the fact that, United States could be playing politics with it. Maybe they want something from Nigeria, maybe they want something from the leadership. They want to draw them to the negotiation table. I don't know, but I'm just saying that we need to look at all the possibilities to see what could be driving this action. I'm not saying that what they are doing that is not true, but I'm saying that let us also explore the possibility that this could be an attempt to get something out of Nigerian government. So, but like I advised before, wherever you are, make sure you pay attention to your surroundings. If you don't have any reason to be outside, please do not go outside. Stay indoor. As funny as it may sound, that could, be the difference between not stepping in the harm's way and then, just being safe in your house. So if it is not necessary, you don't have to be out there. Do not be out there. Just stay indoor.
I agree, but you can't stop people from going out. You can't stop people from looking for their daily bread. Things are already hard, and it's not like they have tree that is growing money behind their property, so they need to go out and find their daily bread and come back home with some money and some food for their family members. So make sure you're staying safe, be aware of your surroundings, and don't go to where there are too many people. And just be safe. Just be safe. You can't really trust the Nigerian government to keep the people safe. We know that the resources out there are available, but instead of the resources to be shared among the people, it looks like only a sect of the elite and enjoying the police officers, they enjoying the security apparatus that we have in Nigeria. Try to protect yourself. That's all I can say. Government is not sending any help anytime soon. Make sure you keep yourself safe, keep your family safe. It's unfortunate. I don't want to say keep praying, but some of these things our government should have handled it. Some of the things that are happening now shouldn't have been happening if the government is really taking care of business. So God has already given us the power to address all these issues. Israel and Iran, they're firing missiles at each other. They're not calling on God to come save them. They're acting out what they believe. So be safe out there. Continue to hold your leaders accountable, and hopefully they'll see the reason for a change, and they'll actually, put some action in place for people to make their lives better.
Yeah, and also my last advice: try as much as possible to avoid a large crowd. This thing from history, it tends to be. It looks like they tends to attack large crowd, to have a mass casualty. So if you can avoid a large, crowd, and then and be safe. So let us know what you think. Why do you think the U.S. issued the travel advisory to U.S. citizens and then their consulate staff? So let us know what you think, and then be happy to engage with you in the comment section.